So, last week we had a pretty in-depth discussion about the future of Hollywood theaters, what's going to change, and the downfall of them, and how they're going to fight back against these big studios. And we even specifically brought up Universal at one point. There was a lot of people agreeing with us, a lot of people saying we were wrong, that studios and...
As I say, it's a very controversial topic.
Yep, the theaters can't do this, which they have now. AMC and Regal are saying, hey, Universal, here's the middle finger. We're not going to play your films anymore.
This is...
Now, how did this unfold? Because it's an interesting story if you want to tell people.
I'm honestly not entirely... Because I don't know... Like, I've been asking this on Twitter, like, what exactly... What's the reason and what exactly is going on? Because it was like 2 months ago, Universal were like, yeah, cool, Trolls is going to be out.
Yep.
On premium video on demand. Fair enough. The Theatre Owner Association, or NATO, whatever it is, said, no, we won't forget this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'll regret this decision. And then 3 weeks ago, Trolls came out. It's made 100 million. It's made more for them than the original Trolls did in 2016, just purely from VOD, because it's made less, yes, but they get more of a cut.
It's made, like, the original made, I think, over 300 million. The new one's made 100 million, but that 100 is pure profit. So the 40 to 50% theaters take is cut out, and you go, wow, we made way more with way less. Yep. They win.
So yeah, that happened. 3 weeks go by. It's made 100 million. They Universal, personally for me, rightfully came out and said, this is viable.
Yeah.
They have to come out and say it's viable. If like they're not gonna just not say anything or like go, oh yeah, it didn't make that much money. They're not going to do that. They have to say it made money because it did. They got shareholders, investors, and all that. They got us big all that up. And the next day, AMC's like, right, you're blacklisted.
Yeah.
Like you didn't tell us this. You didn't tell us that. You did this. You haven't respected the window. The day after that, Regal comes out and says, yeah, we're standing with AMC. Neither of us are going to show any Universal movie going forward. No thank you to your $2 billion franchises you have, which we're desperately going to need in a few months' time. But no thank you, because we didn't get Trolls.
Yo, could you imagine realistically a scenario where a company like Microsoft and Sony say, oh, because you're not releasing a physical copy of the new Assassin's Creed, we're not putting it on our console at all?
It's ridiculous.
What?
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard. And we live in a world where a ruler of a country suggested about injecting bleach to cure something, and this is the dumbest thing.
Like AMC and Regal bit the hand that feeds them, and then bit the second hand that wants to feed them again. And what blows my mind about this whole scenario is, okay, so you've effectively now kicked Jurassic World 3 and
Jurassic World, Fast and Furious, Minions.
All these Universal franchises. Now, let's just look at the other studios. Are you going to punish WB for Scoob? Are you going to punish Disney for Mulan? And like Artemis Fowl? Because I assume Mulan's going to get dumped.
I'm convinced at this point Mulan's going to get dumped.
Especially if Trolls can make 100 million, Mulan's guaranteed like 300.
See, this is another thing. Like people, I had someone reply to me on Twitter going like, "Oh, who's going to pay to see this?" In response to an article about people paying to see a movie on demand. So it kind of shows the level of intelligence. Not to say that everyone's stupid on that side of the fence, because they're not, but like the main arguments I'm getting is it's not a very smart response. But like, if Trolls, a threequel to Trolls, a movie that came out 4 years ago at this point, and everyone's like, what Trolls? Those little troll doll things? That's stupid.
Yeah.
It made $315 million worldwide, fair enough. You know, what's a blockbuster going to do?
Right.
And people are going, oh, everyone's home right now. It's like, yes, everyone's home right now. When people haven't got the time to go out, do you think they're not going? Do you think they're going to choose if they have the option?
Right.
I'm sorry. Like, if I was ridiculously busy after this, I probably won't be. That's just wishful thinking on my part. And I had to go, right, well, the closest cinema to me is 30 minutes away. There's three of them. They're all in a perfect 30-minute triangle, so FML. But if Disney's like, cool, here's Mulan for 15, 20 quid. Right? if I go to a cinema, it's going to cost me double that. Plus traveling there.
Mm-hmm.
I am not going to travel an hour round trip, spending double for that.
Yeah.
When I haven't got the time to do it.
Which, that's the thing, which is like why I question the choices, why people are saying this won't work. It's like, look, I'm not saying every film needs to do this. Keep the theatrical experience for your Star Wars, your big blockbuster superhero movie. But you know what movie I don't need to see in theaters? New Mutants. If you put that on digital, I guarantee you're going to make more than you will ever make in theaters.
Well, my thing as well, it's like, I don't want the theatrical experience to go. Like, keep theaters open, fine. Like, no, I don't think anyone's ever said get rid of theaters. Like, but people going about, it'll be the death of theaters. People said that about music. People said that about books and comic books. Like, so far, everything is currently living side by side.
Mm-hmm.
People, it's the exact same arguments the last 20 years. Digital's going to kill everything. Well, it hasn't.
Yeah.
Yes, music stores are very niche right now. Like, HMV's on its last legs. But, bookstores are still going strong. Comic book stores are still around. There's not as many of them, but that's the whole, not because of digital, that was the whole diamond thing and being a speciality thing. That's a different subject entirely. But, there's nothing to say that theaters would completely die out. At worst case, they become a niche product. For the most part, movies are niche anyway. It's only the big, massive tentpoles that get the most money.
Right.
The majority of movies don't even see a fifth of that.
Yep. And
right now, it's, and also people are saying that Universal didn't let AMC or Regal or anyone know. It's like they've been talking to AMC about this for the last 4.5 years.
I was gonna say, what are you talking about? Like,
it's literally in the original Hollywood Reporter article. They've been talking about this to them for the last 4.5 years. They also said we want to do both. And they're not cutting out the theatrical window like AMC's saying they are.
Right.
It's just so stupid. I just don't get it.
Universal, literally what Universal said is like, look, we're going to do both and we're planning both. Like, I don't get it. Like, for example, the Lady and the Tramp movie that Disney released, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why didn't that get in trouble? Because that's a big Disney property. That did really good on streaming for Disney. That didn't go to theaters. That was straight up done. Like, it's the same concept. And
full well they're never going to say no to Disney.
Exactly.
They lose Disney, they lose the biggest franchise right now. They're not going to do that.
With Star Wars The Force Awakens was when Disney said, yeah, you know how much we get of profit from these films? Yeah, we want to keep majority of it. Like, we want to keep like 70% or something. And the studios, or the theaters first fought that and said, we're not going to show you a movie. And Disney was like, you're not going to show Star Wars. And
like, sure.
Guess who walked back there? We're not going to show Star Wars. So, again, I don't get what they're trying to do here and what they're doing to each other at all. It just seems stupid.
Because it's like, I know there's this fantasy that people think the studios hold all the power. Like, yes, studios hold some power in that relationship. They don't hold all of it. And this is proof of that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Universal are still going to make money. If they drop Fast and Furious 9 on straight, just purely on VOD, they're still going to make a crap ton. Will it be $1 billion? I don't know. At this point, who's this? If you say no, I don't think you're really realizing the gravity of the situation.
Yep.
Because, no one said that Trolls would have made 100 million.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting maybe like 50, But the fact that it's made its budget back, so everything now is pure profit.
Right.
It's viable. Like, this is denying that it's viable is just strange and silly to me, because it's like it's right there. Like, the literal numbers are there. Numbers don't lie. You can skew them, but they don't lie.
Right. They're right there. They're physical numbers. They're tangible. It's a viable victory. Like, and the theaters just doing this ban tells me that they're trying to work something out. Like, I bet you the theater's going to make fine. If you want to keep doing this, we'll show you a movie, but you give us 20% of your digital sales. And the studio's going to be like, are you kidding me? For what?
It's like, no.
Like, for what?
Yeah.
And the theatrical experience is going to slowly start to die down, just like, and I'll compare it to video games again, I don't go to video game stores anymore. I haven't bought a physical copy of a video game since I went digital.
And even if you do, you get it from... you get it online. You don't like. I haven't been to Game in about 12 years, which is essentially our GameStop. Everything I've got is through Amazon.
So
Amazon's right there.
I will correct myself in one way, because I said it before earlier in the podcast we did. I buy all the physical Resident Evils. I bought Resident Evil 2 and 3 physical copies in the last 2 years. Before that, the last physical game I got was Persona 5 Collector's Edition from like 3 years ago, maybe 4. So like...
But where did you buy it from?
Amazon? So not GameStop.
Yeah.
So like yeah.
GameStop's a very it's an outlier because that company's trash.
Right. Yeah.
If game stores were actually better and they didn't try to screw you over every 5 seconds, then maybe they wouldn't be on the last leg. But
yeah, I know. Theaters effectively, that announcement they made is stupid. It's pointless. It will backfire on them.
It absolutely feels like a scare tactic.
Yep.
Because AMC's, they've been slated as not surviving this summer. They're not going to open. There's no chance. If they do open, they're ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So they're not going to get Tenet. They're not going to get Mulan. And they're turning down blockbusters?
Yeah.
No. Something's not right here. There's something. They're absolutely saying this to bank on the fact that Universal's going to cave in. Universal made their statement. They completely didn't budge. Didn't move an inch. They're like, no, tactical experience, VOD is complimentary.
I mean, just wait till 4 weeks from now, by the end of May, when Warner Brothers has to issue a statement on Scoob. When Scoob comes out, they're like, we made $180 million in 3 weeks off digital sales on Scoob.
Hypothetically, obviously.
Right, yeah. The film is going to be, I assume, big. When they come out and they say that, it's going to be like, oh man. So, 180, let's say, digital sales. To make that much money, they would have had to make, $550 million in a theater?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
They also mean, they haven't got to pay to distribute the movie. They haven't got to pay for the digital copies and prints.
Yep. It's literally push a damn button and it goes up. I mean, it's so easy to do. Sony uploaded a movie fully to YouTube by accident. Yeah. So...
No one boycotted Sony at that point. They literally put it out there themselves for free. What's going on?
They're like, whoops, we messed up on that one. We hit the wrong button somehow. I don't know.
It's this... I think you mentioned it earlier, Artemis Fowl. That was slated for a theatrical release.
Yep.
But they've now gone, it's going straight to Disney Plus. It's sure, they might have said to the theatre owners are doing that, but what they're saying to Universal is if you don't respect it, well, that's not respecting the theatrical window.
Mm-hmm.
That's just going straight to Disney Plus. There's no way in hell they're going to turn down Disney. I want to see them try it.
Yeah.
Because right now, honestly, the way they're acting, I'm just like, you kind of deserve to go under at this point. I don't want them to go under because, fun fact, AMC and Regal AMC own Odeon in the UK and Regal's owned by Cineworld, which is the second largest chain in the world. That's the majority of our theatres over here. So they're wiping out the entire UK market, really, and we're the 5th highest market in box office in the world. So... They're losing this for $1 billion franchise, which is insane to me. You're literally throwing money away to competitors, and you're saying you're basically wanting yourselves to go under. So if you're gonna have that attitude, I kind of really want to see you take on the mouse because that mouse ain't budging. That mouse ain't budge for no one. Right? You
budge for the mouse. That's how it works. That's literally how it works.
If they say they're gonna do it to Disney, can Disney just sue them? Because you ain't beating Disney lawyers. And it's what you're going to deserve at this point. Because it's just a load of crap. It's so dumb.
And again, I'm assuming, sure, theaters are going to reopen. They're opening because, I don't want to get into why they're reopening. Specifically for the United States, it's a long-winded. I'd have to explain piece by piece of what's happening, why they want this to happen. But nobody's going unless you're insane. So the likelihood of Mulan getting delayed is pretty high. And full well Mulan got pushed to that date purely as a little hand down to theaters. Yep. It's we're gonna keep that there, but
don't expect it to stay there.
Yeah, and it's like,
That's
fine,
gonna move.
you know, let's say AMC does open up somehow miraculously, and fine, you're going to play Mulan, and you're going to make 20 million worldwide in a week because people ain't showing up.
If that, because I tell you right now, Europe's not opening cinemas.
Yep.
Not at all.
Exactly.
Germany's getting a second spike. Not going to happen.
Yep. So
No
Disney's going to look at those numbers and go, well, we got to move this to digital. And they're going to drop it on digital then. And they're going to destroy sales. They're going to be like, well, we got to put out the press release now so people know we're not a failure. Like,
and clearly Disney don't care about the box office take for Mulan because they've already greenlit a sequel.
yeah.
So what exactly have they got to lose?
Yep.
I'm not entirely sure, but
yep.
It's so stupid. I'm just going to keep saying that over and over again. I think the majority of people agree. I have seen one or two like delusional Burks be like, I applaud AMC for standing up against the studios. And it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like you're just saying it to be a contrarian at this point. You have no idea what's actually going on.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
So you got to read between the lines of what these people are saying, and it's obvious. It's a scare tactic. So if we get to next year and Fast and Furious is out, hypothetically, best case scenario, everything's back to normal. It's not going to be, but everything's back to normal. Are they really going to turn down $1 billion? No. Oh, we're in the midst of recouping everything because we had a really bad year. We almost went under.
Here, Universal, play ball with them. Fine, we'll work together. We won't go, digital or anything. Show our movies. You give us, though, 50% of your concessions.
Ugh, yes.
Yeah, could you imagine that? The theaters would be like, but we make hand and fist over that. It's like, yeah, because our people drive people to you. Our movies drive people to buy these concessions, so give us a cut of that. Because currently that doesn't happen. So, again, I don't get it. Like, AMC Regal completely, it's one of the most idiotic announcements I could have imagined. And they came out confident with it. Like,
yeah, they said it with all their chest thinking they had something. It's like, guys, you got nothing.
They literally came out. Imagine if Sega was to come out today being like, Xbox Series X, Switch, PlayStation 5. No. Sega Saturn 2.
Mega Drive 3.
Blast processing. It's also going to cost more, be far inferior, and we have no developers on hand.
Remember the Game Gear? Here's another one.
It blows my mind.
I'd love a Game Gear too.
Dude, same. Give us a retro Game Gear. Oh, man. Oh, that'd be good stuff.
but yeah, it's...
Nope.
I'm honestly shocked. I'm
Same.
genuinely shocked at this entire thing. I didn't think it would get to this point. It's a symbiotic relationship the studios and cinemas have, and it will constantly blow my mind to how half of that is just essentially shat itself.
Right. Exactly.
And it's clearly... I'm not repeating myself. It is clearly them being scared. They're trying to get Universal to back down. They're not going to back down.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way a studio like Universal, who's kind of struggling for the most part. Yes, they got a couple of $1 billion franchises, but they're kind of not doing great. Invisible Man was fantastic, so that's a win for them.
Yeah, it was.
But no, if they see that they can not only take box office, but also take in a premium on-demand intake and have more money, whether it's going to be more or if it's going to kind of like eat into each other, I don't know, but they're going to get more from VOD anyways. I suppose it's going to be higher.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not going to say no to that. And the fact that they've been talking to the theaters for the last 4.5 years about doing exactly this shows you how the movie going experience is going to change.
Yeah.
And they've been planning on how it's going to change for a while. And it's going to happen. You're going to get day and date eventually. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later for my sake. I know that's very selfish, but if you want your theatre experience, like I say I want day and date. People are like, why do you want cinema stars? I don't. Day and date means both releasing at the same time. I want you guys to have that experience. I just want me to have my experience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be around sudden people watching a movie I paid for. Like, no way. People suck. No. Let me be comfortable. But that's me. I'm an outlier on that one. But It's just, I'm gonna say it again, it's just so dumb.
Yeah, I like
So
a mixture
dumb.
of the experiences, and there's certain films like I'm glad I saw Invisible Man at home and Bloodshot
Same.
because that just felt better to me. But like an Avengers film, I want to see that on the big screen. Like,
I say, like, I'll always go see like an Avengers movie, like a big tentpole. I'll
Yep.
still absolutely go see it. I will make
Exactly.
room just in the week to see that movie, but I want to watch it again. I ain't going back.
exactly.
There's no way. There's no chance I'm going back. Let me rent it for 48 hours. I'll do that like 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, it's a symbiotic relationship between these, and if if AMC and Regal don't cave, there's gonna be carnage.
See, I was going to say this is literally the point in Venom 1 where Venom says he was a loser on his planet, the same as Eddie, but Eddie goes, what are you talking about? Like, I'm the one making the money here. It's kind of just like, oh, I'm just covered in black goo. I don't need this black goo.
Oh, goddamn.
Black goo sucks, but, yeah.
Carnage. There you go, folks. That was our big old theater discussion for the week.